Take two. We are live. I think the audio is now working. Right, let's have a conversation. Number one, my name is Lee Matthew Jackson, as per the logo. I want to talk to you about a problem that I see in our industry. As I read through some of the comments that are placed in Facebook groups, I see a really bad trend. I see web designers, web developers slagging off their clients, making out like they know everything. I am the supplier. I am the expert. I know everything. And my clients, oh, how ridiculous. Look what stupid thing my client did. And I just want to call that out, guys, because I just think that really, really sucks. The problem is you're probably wrong quite a lot of the time as well. And it's not very fair, I believe, to show up in these groups and essentially be an arse and slag people off in such a way. I want to talk about the two extremes in business that we do have and I see all the time. I want to talk about why that's not a good thing and why actually you need to find some balance. The first camp are those that say the customer is always right and they run around after that customer like the customer is a god. And you know what that happens? What happens even? You burn out. As a supplier, if you treat the client like they are always right, then you will eventually burn out. And the client will not necessarily respect you either, because the client will simply see you as somebody that they can command and you will run. That's one extreme of the customer is always right. The problem is the other extreme as well. Leads to the exact same problem. If you think that you're always right, you're the expert and the customers are just idiots and stupid, then it's going to be a terrible experience for your customer and they're not going to want to hang out with you for very long because, frankly, you're going to come across as an ass to them. And the other problem is you're not always right anyway, so you are going to get it wrong. There is going to be a breakdown in the relationship. Both of those camps will lead to a breakdown in the relationship. Neither is right. And what we really need to aim for is balance. We need to recognize that sometimes the client is absolutely right, and sometimes the client is absolutely wrong. I want to share with you just a few things we try and do with our clients to maintain balance, because when you can maintain balance, that means you can have a healthy relationship. If you were to just tease your partner all the time about how wrong they are and be mightier than thou with them, you'll probably end in a divorce or a split. We need balance. The first thing is we need to listen. When a client comes to us and shares a problem, just listen. Listen to what they say. And also consider the context of where they've come from. They may ask you a question that you think is ridiculously dumb, but don't go and share that on a Facebook group and be a freaking idiot. That's rude. Just listen to them, educate them where you need to, or if they have a valid point, they have a freaking valid point, and work with that. So number one, listen. Number two, consider. Like I said, consider where is this coming from? What is the background? What is their expertise? What do they know about the project versus what do you know about the project? Listen carefully, consider. If they are wrong, I would encourage you to correct with respect. So don't be an arse. Correct with respect. Point out where they may be wrong, give them the necessary information, educate them, and then move on. Don't be an arse. And finally, acknowledge when you are wrong. It's really important that we do acknowledge we were wrong. A client may bring something to us, maybe a question, maybe something they're not happy with, and we sometimes have to confess that we got it wrong. It's not a bad thing to admit that you make mistakes because you are a human. And in any relationship, you get things wrong sometimes, as well as get things right. And that is what builds a relationship, is that sort of balance of give and take, of understanding that you are honest and open with each other and you learn through the process together. Many agency owners are so scared to admit that they were wrong that they will lie and lie and lie just to try and keep this image of the perfect agency that never makes mistakes. And the problem there is they start to break down the trust. They start to break down the relationship. And again, that's that extreme where eventually that relationship will be over. I would encourage you to listen to your customers, to consider what they say carefully, Correct with respect where you need to, and admit when you are wrong. This will help you build valuable relationships that will last years. In fact, these relationships can turn into friendships. I speak from experience, as we have got clients that have lasted 8+ years with us, and we're still all friends because we believe in listening to one another, in conceding when we're wrong, or in correcting when we are right, and not running off and slagging off our clients on social media and in Facebook groups just to make ourselves feel a little bit better. So, sorry if I've triggered you. Not really sorry. Right, let's have a look at the comments. Morning! Oh, good, Guy. Thank you. I have sound. No sound from Lynn. Well, that's why I restarted, but I have checked and I can see on the channel that there is sound this time. The last time around, there wasn't sound. But thank you anyway, Lynn. Guys, correct with respect when the client is wrong. Admit when you're wrong, when the client is right. If you watched the replay and got this far and didn't get offended, please type replay. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. And we'll speak to you next week.